Oh. Welcome to the Zenzo Zenly here on the Begode race. I am almost at 100 miles on this wheel, and I will stand by that it is the best wheel under $3,000. This is the wheel all dealers are scared of. Doesn't matter if they're service center dealers or not, they are scared of this wheel because Begode is offering it for under $3,000. Nothing can compete with that price, man. $3,000 plus discount code ZenZone with some letters you'll have to use, copy and paste from my description. $150 off. So you can get this wheel, 3,800 watt battery, 210 volts for under $3,000. It's like $2,850 with my discount code. Freaking amazing discount. Now it's not all sunshine and roses with this wheel. We're going to get into that. But let me tell you, so far it is worth every penny. There's just some safety stuff, some QC, minor QC things that I feel like I should point out to you so that when you get this wheel, you're aware of all the issues. Let's start with some of the positives. The torque on this wheel is insane. And I just learned about the field weakening. I haven't ridden a Begode in like a year and a half. And I think I did have some sort of field weakening now, but it just feels way more advanced now. Way more advanced, way more awesome. Windy. So this wheel is super torquey. Is it the most torquey wheel ever made? I don't know. We're going to find out soon. Some races coming up. I feel like it is super torquey. Now, it could be more torquey. One of my biggest gripes, we're going to talk about more towards the end. We'll start with all the positives and work our way to the gripes. It could be more torquey, but it feels for under, we're talking again, guys, a $2,850 wheel. Let's answer some questions. One question I had, did I have to pay any tariffs on this wheel? I paid what it said on the website, which was about $2,500. That's exactly what I paid. Not a penny more, not a penny less, no shipping, no taxes. Nothing. That's why dealers are scared of this wheel. I mean, so my updated tariff policy, my opinion on tariffs now after making a lot of tariff videos is that anyone that's paying them probably is not too smart, because if none of the companies are paying it and getting away with it and passing that risk, they're taking the risk, the companies are taking the risk, and then giving you a wheel for a discount, then they're winning. All right, so shout out to those companies that maybe not are doing the legal thing. A better discount, then more power to you. I hope you continue to be able to do that. But now you're competing against the manufacturers. Everybody is. Without a service centers generate income. You can repair, you can charge a lot for repairs. There's a shop here, Wheels and Rides. They charge like $120 in labor for an hour to work on your scooter. So having a service center in a major city like Alien Rides is, I think, also doing very good on repairs. You can charge a lot in labor and make your money that way. If you don't have a service center and now these non-service centers, their whole value was undercutting the dealers with service centers. Now they're being undercut. So it's kind of karma. They undercut the dealers with service centers and employees, and now they're being undercut by the manufacturers. So that's it's kind of karma in a way. And it's the service centers, the dealers with service centers, that have an extra way to generate income. Guys, when you build your company on the back of someone else's labor, you are in their power. It's not even really your business. You are an extension of them. All right, let's talk about suspension. Suspension, I think, is good for racing. I don't think it will be like top tier for like going off a crib right now. It feels cushy enough, but it's not the most cushy suspension. I don't think it's a racing, I feel like a racing type of suspension where it's just more like you sink into your turns. We get wind when we're going this way. All right, a potential negative. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That was the potential negative right there. Which I was going to demonstrate, and I did it really well. I wasn't even wearing my wristband, so my camera's okay. Now, what happened there? Exactly what I was going to demonstrate. I think hopping up this curb. Oh man, I'm glad I had my padded underwear on. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Huh. That's exactly what happened. So this curb's not even a big one. I don't know how that hit. Huh. But you can see I did hit here. I don't know how it's possible. A jump? Huh. I don't know. Can we go through these rocks? I don't know, man. Was that right or error? I feel like my battery box is hit. That's what it felt like, and it looks like there is evidence that happened, but I don't know how after like observing it. So that is a potential negative of this wheel. I went through those rocks no problem though. Went through those rocks no problem. So, didn't catch my breath. Oh yeah. No problem. Super powerful wheel. Getting my breath. I think I'm okay. Hurt my ankle a little bit from being locked in and when it spun, but it is what it is. I don't know, man. That might have been right or error, but yeah, could have hit the box too. So, low battery boxes. Be careful popping up curbs. Now, the pedals. Readjustable, so you could raise it up to here. I have mine at the lowest setting. See, I'm scraping. Pad set up. So with the pedals, they are adjustable up to 3. I raised them up to the middle level, and I didn't really like it too much at the middle level. I was still scraping, but more at like an angle I didn't like to scrape at. At the lowest setting, I can scrape. It's like I'm pivoting off it. So if I'm hitting a tight turn, there's a lot of glass. I gotta be careful. So if you're hitting like a tight turn at speed, you can just scrape and control the scrape. It's like a level scrape, not a angular scrape. Now, angular or not, if you're going fast enough and you scrape, you could like go in the opposite direction. It's weird how crashes just take the energy out of you. Whew. So we went over the suspension. It's good. It's a great suspension. It's not as, I don't think the travel is as much as the Panther, not even close. The Panther feel like it just had like an amazing amount of travel. This is very little travel, easy to adjust. So in here, if you want to make it tighter, you go this way, tighter, you can tighten it all the way, looser this way, okay? Pedals adjust here. You gotta take these off, 1, 2, 3, 4. I take that off, take that off. Oh, speaking of pedals, this screw right here is screwed. There's no getting that out. So you gotta be careful with your screws. Really careful. In my opinion, it should not be so easy to destroy a screw without a drill. I was not even using a drill. That screw is destroyed. There is no getting out. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what the technique is for that. Luckily, it's in a position that I actually like. It's where my pedals are slightly curved up, you know, more of like a V shape, not so dramatic as a V shape, but enough so that it kind of feels more locked in and you scrape just a little bit less. So overheating, if you're running the magnetic field at full 9, which there's not really any reason to, Oh, look, you can camp out here if you're homeless, if you want to. There's not really any reason to run your magnetic field at 9 unless you need that top speed. In reality, I don't think many people are going to be going 70 miles an hour on this wheel. Maybe only the super professionals. The guy's more professional than me, because 70 miles per hour on this narrow of a tire just is, yeah. Which brings me into my most major negative. All right, for me, guys, now keep in mind, I'm thinking about this from a high level competitive. I want every competitive edge that I can possibly get, because I'm racing against these young studs in their Emotion leathers on their new P6. I need every little advantage that I possibly can get. In my opinion, and based off everything I've seen, not having a 90/90 tire is a disadvantage. The more width you have to push off of, the more stability you're going to have, the more you're going to be able to corner really well, the better you're going to be able to brake, and the less wobbles you are likely to get. And make no mistake about this, this is a wobbly wheel. Now, it will wobble easily if you're accelerating and braking, which I'll demonstrate here soon. The turning's amazing. Like I could turn on a dime. Amazing cornering. Pivot turns are amazing. So, it being a wobbly wheel, it reminds me of my GT. I used to have a GT, which was an extreme bull wheel, and it was a wobbly wheel. This at least has a lot of space for your pads, and I don't think it's the wheel that's wobbly. I think it's the tire. It's such an aggressive attack tire, really good for taking corners, really aggressive on the corners, but stability, it's lower. So each tire has its give or takes. This is a more angular tire, like you can just cut and go. Super aggressive tire, but it's lacking a little bit in stability, and you can get wobbles. I've gotten wobbles on this wheel, none of them scary wobbles. So my advice is just to make sure that your pad setup is perfect, and that if you're accelerating and braking as a racer would, like really hard accelerations, really hard braking, I really highly advise you practice it a lot first. Get your pad set up perfect. Get your tire pressure perfect. It's going to be different for everyone's weight. Pad setups are different for everybody. You got to find the right one for you, because for me, I've been training on a heavier wheel that's like 120 pounds. So going down to this, I feel like I have just an immense amount of control. But if you are coming up to this wheel, like this is a 100-pound wheel, and I don't feel the weight when I'm riding it. And that could be because I've been training on a heavier wheel. Could be because this has 210 volts of freaking amazing torque. My advice is train with this wheel. Make sure your pad setup's good. If you're coming from a lighter wheel, take it slow at first. Get used to this wheel. For your accelerations, don't go full on. Okay? Don't go full on. Get used to it. My pads still need some adjustment before I do some more acceleration tests. But I'm going to put on my gloves here in a minute, and I'm going to show you how wobbly this wheel can be if you let it get out of control. So for tips for wobbles, your toe pads, you want them super tight so that you can use your toes to control the wobbles. These toe pads are amazing from the Grizzly Sinks. Amazing. I got my toes in. Now my right one is lower than my left one, which is a bit of an imbalance. The reason I have it lower is because I like to lock in with my right foot, and then my left foot's a little bit loose because I have to step up into that pad. So if it's too tight, I won't be able to get my foot in it. Everybody's pads preference different. I still am learning these new sink pads, but man, they take off. This wheel takes off. I think I might actually have them in a good position. I love these pads. Yeah, so these are the pads I'll probably bring to the race. I think I will be using at the race. This tire, aggressive, skinny tire, very narrow, but there's no space. There's no space to put a 90/90 tire on this wheel. I talked to a friend who says maybe you could put some spacers in there and put a 90/90 tire on. Now, if you could do that, it would be amazing, because that's the only thing this wheel is lacking, in my opinion, is a 90/90 tire. Now, for the average person, if you're not trying to be a top 10 ranked racer at F1, it's probably not going to matter to you too much. You probably won't notice the difference. We're talking milliseconds, you know, 0.1 second, 0.2 seconds of a difference, which over a bunch of laps can definitely add up. And it's a huge advantage having a 90/90 tire. I go back to Spain, and I was like competing for the first place, second place position consistently, like fighting for that. And then 2 racers changed to the 90/90 tire, and I never really caught up with them again, except in France where I got second place. But that was because the Anya crashed 3 times. It took 3 crashes for me to pass her and get second place, which is insane. 3 crashes. I got the silver medal because of that. Thank goodness she crashed this time. I would have definitely had the bronze. But so, what have we talked about? We talked about the suspension. The trolley handle is good. You know, it does what a trolley handle should do. I don't think I've ever actually used it. And we go this direction. Let's go back this direction. So let's do a quick recap of everything I could think of. Guys, I'm just stream of consciousing here. I haven't had to pay any tariffs. I have a discount code. The tire is the weak point for me, but it has its strengths too. I will probably be using this tire at F1 unless somehow I figure out how to space this wheel out and put a 90/90 tire on. But I'd rather just practice with this tire for a month. I hope I can make top 10 on this wheel. It's going to be tough. I really think it's going to be tough, but I think it's possible to get top 10. We're talking 70 racers. I think maybe 80 almost now at F1. Now, I think 20 of those are in their own beginner type of class, so I won't have to compete against them. But I will likely have to compete against 60 other EUC riders for top 9. You have to get top 9 to make it to the finals. So if I could, that's my goal, is to make top 9. If I can make top 9 on this wheel, I'll be happy with it. I feel like if I wanted to compete for top 5, I would definitely need a 90/90 tire. But we'll see. My predictions are often wrong. Maybe I'll do better than I hope. Maybe I'll do worse. I haven't been training hard. My knee's a little bit sore, but I've been putting in the work, putting in the time, studying the track, where every freaking little crack is, and there are a lot of cracks. And yeah, so we will see how I do. The suspension on this wheel is good enough. It's not a cush plush. It's not a cush plush suspension like the Panther. I mean, it's the same type of suspension, but I feel like it just doesn't have the travel of the Panther. I remember when I was on the Panther, I was like, holy cow, man. Now, braking is way better than the Panther. That could be the tire. I do think the wider tires, 90/90 tires, brake better. That's another thing. So 90/90 tires better at braking, better accelerations, better at cornering, better stability, less wobbles. There's almost no advantage I can think of to use a more narrow tire. Unfortunately, no 90/90s are going to fit on this. So what can you do? I'm just going to run the wheel like it is, practice like it is, and hope for the best. What more can I do? Suspension's good, no tariffs. The tire weak point. The screws, adjusting the pedals, be very careful so you don't strip them. Make no mistake about this Begode race. It is an absolute beast. It takes off like a jet, and it's super quiet, super stealthy. So it is like, I think a better name for this wheel would be the Ninja. I don't know that it's going to be the best race wheel. We'll be testing that, but man, it is the Ninja. It is super agile, super powerful. The braking is really good. Plenty of room for pads. The suspension is race type of suspension. It's got a screen. It's got all the good Begode features. Their app is improving. I love it. Now, I'm just going to demonstrate lightly because I can't allow myself to get really bad wobbles, which I have without my camera. I'm not trying to break my camera, but you can see those little oscillations right there. It's not too bad. I've had it a lot worse on this wheel. I'm just trying to show you that, and I'm fighting it with my toes. So when you feel those wobbles, I'm not letting it get out of control. I'm letting you know it could get out of control, and you can kind of see that here in the video demonstration. They're pretty minor. I am not letting it get out of control. because I'm carrying a $600 camera that I absolutely need, and I love this camera. But you can see right there, it's even worse. If you slip, and I'm not even going that fast, it's a lot worse when you're going fast. Now, I need to adjust my pads even better. I need to find better technique. When I sit down really hard on it, there's no wobbles, but you have to sit down hard on it. You have to be aggressive with this wheel. You can't be weak with it. If you're tired or something like that, these wobbles may creep up on you and it could be bad. Previous 3 wheels that I've had, I cannot think of one time that I've even come close to getting wobbles on them. I don't know what it is. I'm not being biased or anything like that. This reminds me of my GT, where like in the wrong situations, you can get wobbles very easily. I don't know what it is. I've been experimenting with different pad setups, tire pressures, and I'm still getting them when I'm accelerating fast and braking. You have to brake with perfect technique. Now, for those who are like, oh, that's a wobbly wheel, I'm just gonna get the P6. I think the P6 may have that issues too. I've been watching videos of people ride the P6, and I can tell that if you're on the lower end of the spectrum and you're hitting those turns, you are wobbling a little bit. You have to keep it under control. Power comes great responsibility. If you are pushing this wheel in a racing sort of way and then braking, doing turns in an aggressive sort of way, you can induce wobbles very easily on this wheel because it has so much power. And I don't know what it is that induces these wobbles. It reminds me of my GT, but I don't want that to overshadow the fact that this is a ninja. This is a beast of a wheel. It's not perfect. Maybe it is even my riding technique that needs to improve. This has been my 100-mile impressions of the Begode race. For me to do a full review, I need to race the wheel. So next month, 2 races coming up. I will report back to you then on the quality of this as a race wheel. For now, I stand by that it is the best wheel. With my discount code, it's $2,850 for the specs and everything you're getting. I really believe this is the best value wheel you can buy right now. You're getting a massive battery, insane voltage, good suspension, all the Begode bells and whistles that you could want. It seems to me that the quality is a lot better than any other Begode. This may be their best wheel overall. If you guys appreciate my honesty, me giving you an in-depth look, sharing the positives and negatives, I would appreciate a like and a comment, because honestly, I may get in some trouble for showing the negatives. I'm going to keep it real with you. If you guys ever want me to really look at a wheel in depth, you got to put in a shout out to me, to the sponsors, to the manufacturers, because a lot of times they don't have the confidence to send me their wheel before you guys get it. So big shout out to Begode. They had the confidence to airship me this wheel so that I could create content and show you guys the positives and negative. It takes a lot of confidence to send your wheel to somebody who's going to put this wheel through the test, put a lot of miles on this wheel, take it to races, beat this thing up, and report back to you guys, the buyers. I really believe that you guys are going to, if you've already bought this wheel, that you are going to be very happy with this wheel. No need to cancel, in my opinion, especially for the price you're paying. The negatives are adaptable and adjustable. It's just, for me, going to be a matter of finding the right pad setup, and then I'll report back to you and show that I'm not getting any wobbles at all. But it's going to take a lot of work to get to that level. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and my honest takes. Let me know in the comments below if you did. And until next time, you know what to do. Stay in the zone.